Are you ready to be set free of some of the mistakes that you've made, the ways that you've fallen short in your relationships? Well, today we're going to be working step 8, where we're going to begin that process. Step 8, we say, we made a list of all persons that we had harmed, and we became willing to make amends to them all. Now, this step is about willingness. We're not going to start making amends yet. We're just going to become willing. But before we start, let's go back and just review where we've been until now. In step 1, we admitted we were powerless, not necessarily over alcohol, but over our mother's alcoholism or another family member's alcoholism. And in that respect, our lives had become unmanageable. In step 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And that was some good news. Good news. Love me some sanity. I'm sure you guys do too. In step 3, we made a decision to turn our lives and our will over to the care of God as we understood Him. In step 4, we made a searching, fearless, moral inventory of ourselves. And in step 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. In step 6, we became entirely ready for God to remove our character defects. And in step 7, we humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. And that brings us to step 8, where we are going to make a list of all persons we've harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. Now, this step is for our freedom. This step is so that we can feel good about ourselves as we own up to whatever mistakes we have made along the way. And if you're breathing and your heart is beating and you're watching this video, then I've got news for you. You've probably made some mistakes. I know I have. It's an ongoing thing of making amends, which we're going to get to in step 10. But it's an ongoing thing because we all fail the people in our lives, and they fail us too. It's part of the human condition. So this is just a step along the journey. Now, this step is about being willing to make amends for legitimate failings. It's not about superficial things. You know, I didn't pick up somebody's Starbucks, or I didn't get Chick-fil-A on the way home, or I forgot to pick that up from the store when I told them I would. It's not stuff like that, not superficial stuff. These are things that we've done wrong. Perhaps we've been dishonest. Perhaps we've betrayed someone's trust. Perhaps we have a secret. I've had some secrets, and I'm telling you what, it's true. We are only as sick as our secrets. It's important for us to come clean about that. But first, we have to become willing. So that's what we're talking about today. What we want to apologize for is what went wrong, what part did I play in it, and how can I make it right? Very simple. Don't complicate it. Now, when we make our list, one of the ways that we can do it is to make 3 columns. And we will put the names of the people that we're becoming willing to make amends to in 3 categories. First one, willing and ready to make amends. Second column, maybe. Third column, that could even be never. Because if you're noticing what's happening, guys, our thought process is changing as we're working these steps. So be honest with the Lord. Be honest about how you feel. And if you feel like there's somebody that you can just never make amends to, write their name down and ask God to help you to be willing. Because again, that's all we're talking about in this step. And the central thought is that we're setting ourselves free. As we work the 12 steps, what begins to happen is we become less concerned about the addict's or the alcoholic's behavior and more concerned about our own well-being. And that's the way it should be. Sometimes that's the best thing that we can do for our loved ones that are trapped in addiction and alcoholism, is just to set an example of self-care and let that be an example to them that they can be free as well. The 12 steps are magical. They really are. There's something so wise about them and the process of them. They build on one another, and they just can work wonders in our lives, because very slowly, sometimes very subtly, our thinking just begins to shift in a positive direction. And that is good news. You know, the verse that probably goes best with this step, although there are, I'm sure, many, but the one that comes to mind for me is Psalm 139, I think it's verses 23 and 24, where the psalmist says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and see if there be any hurtful way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." And that's what we want, isn't it? Is to be led in the way everlasting and to be free from whatever shackles of guilt or even shame that's been holding us back. If you like what we're doing here at Faith Forward Coaching, please like and subscribe, of course. And you can click on the link and download a free document that will walk you through a 3-step process to surrender anything that's just bugging you. It might be a loved one's alcoholism or addiction, but it could be another situation too, because the 12 steps, and this is just the first 3 of the 12 steps with some scriptures worked in there, they work for everything, guys. They work for everything. They will help you develop healthy thinking towards any problem or situation in your life. I would love it if you would reach out to me in the comments, sign up for the newsletter, let me stay in touch with you. If you would join me on the healing journey, I would just be so happy. And whatever prayer requests you want to leave in the comments, rest assured that I will pray for you. I will pray for you. Thanks for being with me today. I can't wait until we get back together again, and I will be back soon. Okay, God bless. Bye.